Good morning. Gonna wait a couple minutes for people to get in. This is a VirtualPBX admin training for our Dash platform. If you're a vConsole customer, we no longer provide the live trainings for vConsole. However, you can find the recorded trainings on our website still. In fact, on my screen here, I'm on the vConsole support page. And if you scroll down, right over here on the right, that's the advanced admin training, and that covers everything on the vConsole in terms of getting all the features set up. Then we have some of our guides here. And in general, wherever possible, we make sure to include screenshots with the guides so you know what to look for. And most of the guides are available in both showing the original vConsole UI as well as the revamped one that's more modern looking. All right, let's go over to Dash support. And we'll go ahead and get started. So to log in, first and foremost, you'll mouse over support and you'll click on PBX login. You'll scroll down. Right here, this is your login to your actual Dash account. Basically, this is where you make settings and adjust them. And further down, we have the VirtualPBX web phone. This is a VoIP device for use with Dash. This is it only works with desktop browsers, specifically Chrome and Firefox. It does not work on the mobile versions of those browsers. I've tried. And our engineering team is also working on incorporating other browsers, including Safari and Microsoft Edge. And further down, we have the login for the vConsole customers. All right, so on your login page, it's going to ask for your email address, your password, and then your account name, which is normally your company name. If you ever forget your password, you can click on the forgot your info. And you get taken to your dashboard. Now, for a new sign up, you're going to be shown essentially the start wizard. So there's going to be pop-up boxes giving you a brief explanation about what certain things are. And you're also going to be shown like your account information, so your name and the company address, that sort of thing. Once you get through that, this is what your normal login screen is going to look like. So what we have here is users. These are your fully functional users. These are people who make and receive phone calls. They use a variety of devices. So they can use cell phone, landlines, VoIP phones, the web phone, etc. They also have a wide variety of features. So they have call forwarding, they can have conferencing, they can have their own fax box, they can make use of hot desking, etc. Below that, you have agents. Agents are specific to ACD queues. So these are people who are receiving calls through an ACD queue. They can only use VoIP devices. So a hard VoIP phone, a soft phone application, or the web phone. And they don't have any real features other than voicemail. Below that, you have your total devices. Let me lengthen the screen here, make it a little bit easier. And this just shows you the devices you have in the account, their breakdown of what type or what kind. Registered devices are the ones that the system knows are connected and working. Over to the right, you have your main company phone numbers. These phone numbers all act the same way. This means they all have the same main greeting. They all have the same routing. Below that, your fax box number. So that's for your inbound faxes. Total numbers. An assigned number is a phone number that's in use, meaning it's like a main number. It goes directly to a user or goes to a ring group or a queue, etc. It's going somewhere. Spare numbers, they are not in use, so they're not assigned anywhere. They actually do not connect to anything, but you are being charged for them. Basically, you're keeping them on your account for a future application. And then the split between USDID and US toll-free. If you have international numbers, there'd be another link or another entry there. Your company directory, these are people who've chosen to be in the company directory, and then you have a download link. The account ID number, this is actually your account number. If you ever have to call into support or billing or whatever, we're not going to ask you for the account ID number. That's too long and cumbersome. We'll normally just ask you for your company name. But if you ever write into us to like support or billing, you can include that, and we can use that to look you up if you forget to include your company name. Account realm, this is for use with third-party VoIP devices, so a VoIP phone that's not supported by the auto provisioning, or for outbound faxing. Basically, you use email to fax to send an outbound fax. That account realm is the domain for your email that you're sending out to. All right. Up here at the top, you have caller ID. This is your company caller ID information. You can actually set up them differently for each phone number if you want. Caller ID name, otherwise known as CNAME or CNOM. This is text in addition to your phone number that shows up as the caller ID information. A couple things to keep in mind. You are limited to 15 characters, including spaces and special characters. This is an industry standard, not something we made up. This information is then sent to all the servers among all the carriers who support CNAME. Not every carrier in North America supports CNAME. So unfortunately, if a call routes through one of those carriers that don't support it, that information does not get passed down the line. Additionally, for CNAME, even if a carrier supports it, if they're having some sort of issue, like an outage, obviously, or like a maintenance or whatnot, that can impact the CNAME information as it goes through and prevent it from going through. And then the last caveat is the device receiving the call. If it doesn't have enough screen real estate to show the caller ID name, the phone number takes precedence versus CNAME. So the number will always come through, but the CNAME may not. And for those kind of devices that allow you to program contact numbers, so like you've called this person before and they decided to add you into their phone, whatever the device has named your phone number takes precedence over anything we send. Okay, below that, we have the company emergency address for E911. This is something the system wants on there, although it's mostly for VoIP use. So basically, you pick up a VoIP phone, call 911, and this is the address that by default will be sent to emergency services. So you want to make sure that's correct. Now, if you have staff members in different locations, you can actually, each VoIP device can have E911 set up for it. So you don't have to worry about that. And then you would click on Save Changes. Hold music is basically your default hold music. This is for when you have a customer has already contacted somebody and then they've been placed on hold. It's not basically hold music to listen to as they're trying to connect to someone. It's after they already connected, and this is the default for that. All right, let's go over to main number. All right, so up here, you have your main company numbers again. You can click on the box, It's going to show you your numbers. The system always wants to have at least one number that has the E911 and caller ID information. And in fact, you can decide, oh, I don't want to use this number as a main number. Since it doesn't have any information set up here, the system will let me unassign it. And then once it's unassigned, it goes into the spare number pool. Likewise, you can click on the little cog icon here, and you can set the caller ID, E911, etc. Prepend is for VoIP phone users. Dash allows you to add additional text in front of the caller ID for calls that go to a VoIP phone. So then you can put in some kind of identifying information, right? So if it's a special, like if it's a number for one specific location and you want your staff members to know that, you know, so like the 702 number I have up here, I have a prepend here, bring it up, and then I have it called Vegas 2. So therefore, calls come in on that phone number, that Vegas 2 information shows up on the caller ID of my staff members on their VoIP phones, so they know, oh, they called in on the Vegas 2 line. And whatever that means, you know, whatever, I have that defined among my staff or whatever. All right, next we have office hour strategy. This is also under, all right, so by default, new customers, you're set on 24-hour open office. Most people change it to custom office hours. So for each day of the week, you put a check mark that you're open, right? So Monday through Friday for most companies, put a check mark. And then you set your open hours in 24-hour or military time. So I'm open here from 9 to 5. You scroll down further. You have this other box right here. So if your whole office or store closes for lunch, put a check mark there saying, hey, I'm closed for lunch, and then enter your lunch hours. That way the system automatically says, oh, it's just lunchtime hits, puts you in lunch mode. That way you don't have to do anything. And then again, save changes. Office holidays. You can set your office holidays. So single day, President's Day, for example. And you click on add holiday. So add holiday, you have single day, both date range, and advanced. So date range, like this one here, I said December 22nd to the 26th, right? So the system puts you in holiday mode on those days automatically. One thing to keep in mind, the holidays, there's no entry for the year. So for crossing over New Year's, so New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, you want to do those individually, just because the system handles that poorly, basically puts you in closed mode. And then advanced is that first entry here at the top, where I'm saying the second Monday, or second Monday in March, the system automatically puts me on closed mode. All right, looks like we have a bunch of no-shows, so I'm going to go ahead and just stop the broadcast.